Hello everyone, good evening, and welcome to a very after hours edition of the Mindful Homestead. My name is Jack. I am extremely frustrated right now, and I wasn't even going to film this, but something happened and I'm going to take you along for the ride. So you can see it's dark out. I got home from work at about 5:30, and I decided, since we got this recent snowstorm that you can see behind me, I decided I was going to do a second pass with the snowblower on the tractor, which is, hold on, I'll show it to you, with the TYM that you can see behind me right here. I did the driveway this morning before I left to go to work. I got up early and did it, and it snowed enough throughout the day that when I got home tonight, I was like, all right, I'll do another pass on the driveway. We probably got another 6 inches on top of the 6 or so we had this morning, and now everything is compacted because it's wet and heavy. And wouldn't you know, I set off down the driveway, make a full pass down the bottom, clean up near the road. I come back up, and I get to within maybe 50 feet of where we are right now. Bust a shear pin. Popped out a good softball-sized rock. I don't have it to show you because I came out, got pissed, and I hucked it into the woods. But I dug into the snowblower. I got all the snow cleaned out of it. Turns out it was the shear pin on the PTO shaft, which I think is just a standard 5/8 by 3 inch grade 1 bolt. Would have been super easy to just very quickly swap out, except I didn't have any. So we're talking, got home at 5:30. This was probably about 6. I busted the bolt, and Tractor Supply is open till 8. Luckily they had shear bolts for this, because with the snow, I'm sure people have been breaking them like crazy. But local Tractor Supply did have 6 of them in stock. I hauled off to Tractor Supply. While I was out, Jackie simply said, hey, while you're out, do you maybe want to pick up dinner? So I grabbed some takeout, brought that home, went inside at 8, and now it is 9 o'clock. And I'm out here gonna fix the tractor. So I figured I didn't put out a video this week. Why not show you how to fix a shear bolt on the PTO shaft on a TYM 494 with a 68-inch UpShot inverted snowblower on it. So I'm gonna grab the shear bolts out of the truck. I'm gonna grab a wrench and a ratchet, and we'll do this. So the tricky part is getting that shaft lined up. I think right there should do it. Your PTO shaft, shear bolt, flanges, I guess, are right here. This part connects to snowblower input, and then this piece is connected to the CV joint on your output shaft. Your shear bolt goes through that little hole right there. Right here, I have the shear bolt I bought. And look at that. The standard 5/8 by 3 inch shear bolt is too long. But that's okay, because I foresaw this problem, and I also bought a 5/8 by 2.5 inch grade 2 bolts. They're not true shear bolts, they're grade 2s, but on a 50 horse tractor, they're good enough. And those should, oh shoot, is that still too long? You know, if I put a couple split ring washers on there, it'll be fine. That's what we're just gonna do. We're gonna stack a couple washers because I wanna get this done. All right, 3 lock washers and a nut. I feel like that's probably not what the PTO shaft manufacturers envisioned happening, but it's what's gonna finish happening, or it's what's gonna happen so I can finish tonight. Because I don't have time to run to Tractor Supply again. It's like 20 minutes each way, and I want to get this done. I do want to shout out this little light right here. This is an Olight i3T EOS little flashlight. I'll put a link to this down in the description. My own flashlight. They didn't send this to me. I know I've done Olight ads in the past. This is like a $20 light. It's got a little clip on it that I was able to actually just clip to the snowblower. It also clips to your hat if you need it to, just like that. But just a great little handy flashlight that I carry every day in my pocket. Takes one AAA battery? Yeah, it takes one AAA battery. You get a couple different brightness settings. You get a low right there, and then you get a high. Just an awesome little kind of everyday flashlight that lives in my pocket. And for 20 bucks, it's worth having one. All right, let's get you guys set up here. I think, can you see? Yeah, all right, let's fire up the tractor and finish out this job. Number one comment I get with the inverted blower is people who worry about the fact that I have to drive over the snow before I blow it. That's something that actually concerned me too before we bought the snowblower. I couldn't find anybody really complaining about it on the internet that actually had an inverted snowblower. The only people I heard talking about it were people that didn't have the inverted snowblowers. In my head, that made me kind of think, well, if the people who own them aren't really complaining about it, then it must not be an issue, and I'm gonna take a chance on it. And I did, and I'm glad I did, because I found it hasn't really been an issue too much. Especially during a season like this where the ground hasn't completely frozen. Really, we only have like maybe a 3-week span this entire winter where the ground was frozen, and I could have dropped the snowblower cutting edge all the way down with the shoes on the side. All winter long, I've had it maybe 3 inches up off the ground, and it's worked out perfect, and I haven't noticed a problem at all with having to drive over the snow and scoop it right up before the snowblower shoots it off into the woods. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that the snowblower itself weighs close to like 900 pounds. It may even be closer to 1,000. And if you put, say, a 900-pound implement on the snow with a cutting edge that kind of bends itself forward and wants to cut into and lift the snow, even a 6,600-pound tractor like ours is not going to make a rut or a tire track so compact that that snowblower can't kind of cut into it and lift it up off the ground. Even if I were to leave a little bit of a tire track behind from where the snowblower didn't pick it up and throw it into the woods, I have 4-wheel drive on my truck, Jackie has 4-wheel drive on her car. It's not a big issue for us. We tend to leave like 3-4 inches of snow on the ground anyway. If there's not more than 6 inches of snow that's fallen, we don't really even go into snow removal mode at that point. We just throw them in 4-wheel drive and hope that it melts within the next few days. all done. And it is just past 9:30. You can kind of see it did leave like 3 inches of snow on the ground all around. This is super packed. I mean, the snow is just, the tractor's sitting right up on top of this as it is. This snow is, you can see, like, it's super packed. My truck was on top of it, the tractor was on top of it. I probably could have dropped the shoes on the snowblower and picked up more of this and shot it off, but I'm gonna risk pulling my driveway and throwing it in the woods too. So biggest things I don't like about the snowblower so far, you can't get right up to garage doors and stuff. When I had the front mount on the Kubota, I could very easily drive it right up to these garage doors and literally almost touch the snowblower to the doors, and it would have shot the snow off to the side. With the inverted blower, you can't, because you have the back of the snowblower to contend with. So what I end up doing is what you saw, where I take the front of the bucket and I back drag away from the garage doors. You can kind of see there if it focuses. I'll take the bucket and I'll back drag away from the doors, and then I'll back up to the pile, and then off we go. It does leave a little bit of a pile right here. Again, the shoes on the blower are not all the way down. If they were, it would scoop this right up and throw it into the woods. But I'm still learning with this thing. I mean, literally, we got no snow this year aside from these last 2 storms. This is only the 4th time I've ever used this snowblower, and really the first substantial snow that I've had since getting it. Assuming this is the last storm of the year, I don't think I will really have figured this thing out this year. I think I'm gonna need until next year to really kind of get the hang of the snowblower and how to set it up and how to use it really even. I think though in the long term it's going to be a super effective weapon to doing the snow removal on our property. Snow removal's done. I got to get up at 6:30 for work tomorrow morning, so I'm going to head inside and I'm going to hit the hay. As always, everybody, thank you for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.